Welcome back, guys. MinePine's here. As you all remember, I did my predictions of how I thought every wildcard game would go. It didn't do decently well, but I loved making that video, so we're gonna do this again. But boy, did we get a special one here. Every single prediction was absolutely correct. We got the Bills beating the Patriots, we got the Chiefs beating the Steelers, Bengals beating the Raiders, Rams beating the Cardinals, Buccaneers beating the Eagles, and the 49ers beating the Cowboys. Cowboys, I did not expect them to lose in their manner, but that's just an embarrassing way to lose, to not realize that the umpire has to touch the ball. Bengals, they got lucky there. Not only did they have that bad call by the refs, but they also had Derek Carr almost make a comeback. However, that didn't end well for him. Thank you, Pratt. Then we got the Bills destroying the Patriots. I did not see that coming. Did not even punt that game. Every single drive they had was a touchdown, and they had 7 to 8 drives. Chiefs destroyed the Steelers, but I didn't expect the Steelers to put up that much of a fight. Rams absolutely destroyed the Cardinals. I did not think that would have been that bad of a game. I thought the Cardinals would have put up a better fight. I also thought the Eagles would have put up a better fight against the Buccaneers, but oh well. Crazy week, all I have to say. Well, anyway, the divisional round's been set. With that, we now have Saturday games being the Bengals versus the Titans, and then the Packers versus the 49ers. Then on Sunday, we got the Rams facing the Buccaneers, and then the Bills facing the Chiefs. So without further ado, we're gonna start making predictions on the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. So let's start out with the first game, the Tennessee Titans versus the Cincinnati Bengals. Alright, so we'll start out with talking about the Titans. I feel like they're overrated. I'm gonna be honest there, I feel like they kinda lucked into first place, mostly because 4 of their games were against 2 of the worst teams in the NFL, the Texans and the Jaguars. I mean, they do have a very impressive run game. Derrick Henry is coming back. Based on what I heard, he has been doing decently well in the practices with contact and padding, but we'll just have to see how he is on Saturday practice. I don't really see their run game hitting off very well because their O-line doesn't seem to be doing great on pass protection or opening up gaps. So, and speaking of pass block, Ryan Tannehill is going to be having one hell of a game, and I don't mean that in a good way, because the Bengals have one of the best defensive lines right now, and they're going to be going up against an O-line very similar to the Bengals. Like, Tannehill has one of the highest sack records right behind Joe Burrow. However, Tannehill's made some good plays and has some good receivers. I don't see their offense truly hitting it off this game. Meanwhile, the Bengals, Joe Burrow's reads over the defense is just incredible. And I feel if they put their receivers on man-to-man against the Titans secondary, they will absolutely succeed, mostly because the Titans secondary isn't great. I don't see this being a blowout for either team, not at all. They're both extremely good teams. However, the Titans, not as great as people make them seem. Personally, I'm going to go with the Bengals with this one. So, I know that this is probably going to be an unpopular opinion. However, I feel that the Bengals offense will be able to prevail against the defense, and I think the D-line will be able to hold Derrick Henry's game, and our secondary will be able to hold against Ryan Tannehill and his receivers. The next step, following in for the next game, we got the Packers against the 49ers. I mean, it goes without saying, 49ers did do exceedingly well against the Cowboys, a lot better than most people thought. But despite the Packers' loss against the Lions, there's no debate on this. The Packers are going to beat the 49ers, no doubt. Like, 49ers are going to put up a fight, but Aaron Rodgers is probably the GOAT of this league. I know most of you keep saying Tom Brady's the GOAT, but he is not. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to be able to beat the 49ers defense. I think his receivers are going to be able to handle it. As long as their defense doesn't mess up against George Kittle, I think it's going to be great. Then next up, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Los Angeles Rams. I've already expressed my opinion on Tom Brady. However, he still is he's a system quarterback, which means he has a great system built around him, and he does. The Buccaneers defense is still great. His receivers are some of the best. He has almost all the time in the world again with his offensive line. And his special teams is absolutely fantastic as well. Do I think it's going to be a blowout for the Buccaneers? Not even close. Because I was actually watching the Rams against the Cardinals, and I know the Cardinals played like absolute crap, but even then, the Rams were just on fire. Like, they had a absolutely great defense. They were constantly putting pressure, and with Matthew Stafford as quarterback for the offense, he has done pretty well for, I'm pretty sure, his first playoff game. I'm not sure. I think as long as he doesn't throw any interceptions and is able to get to Odell Beckham and Cooper Kupp, I think the Rams could prevail. But I don't know. I do know Tom Brady's experience with luck, so I'm not sure. But just because I have optimism, I think I'm going to pick the Rams for this game. You can make fun of me when if it doesn't work out, but I'll stand behind my decision even if they lose. And then the final game, the Kansas City Chiefs play the Buffalo Bills. So the Bills, Josh Allen is absolutely incredible. He is, based on what we saw in that last game, he could throw, run, and occasionally block himself. I did not think a quarterback could do that. And then he also has great receivers. Stephon Diggs is definitely a great one. Emmanuel Sanders, he had a pretty great game that day. I'm not sure why he does great when I don't have a fantasy league going on. And then you also have Dawson Knox at tight end. That's also incredible. Defense was also amazing then as well. A lot of turnovers, so that was a fun game. The problem is, meanwhile you got the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes. You know the Chiefs offense. Probably the best O-line in the league, but absolutely great offense. However, their defense is more mid-range. So, I mean, I would go with the Bills here, but I also know that the Chiefs offense has been known to go up against pretty good defenses, and the Bills is one of the best defenses in the league. So call me crazy, but I think the Bills are going to win this game. I might end up actually losing my first two predictions of this time. Wow. Anyway, those are my predictions. Feel free to bully me if I'm wrong. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.